Hi everyone, and welcome to the launch of the AI agents in Lime CRM. My name is Emil. I work with product marketing here at Lime, and today I'm joined by two familiar faces. Johan, product manager for our AI solution, and Magnus, head of product here at Lime CRM. And a reminder for all of you, please ask questions in the chat and we will answer them as soon as possible. So, we got some exciting news to share today. We're rolling out the AI agents in Lime CRM. And a quick walk through the agenda today. We will start with why AI in Lime CRM and our AI vision. And then we will show what we're launching and how it can empower your customer journey. And then Johan will show you how the AI agents work behind the scenes. And we will finish up with how you get them into your daily workflows. So, let's start with you, Magnus. First of all, great to have you here.
Amazing to be here.
So, Magnus, AI might be the biggest buzzword out there today. And it's not always easy to navigate in the landscape of AI. How do we see that AI can actually create customer value in Lime CRM?
Great question. And the short answer is AI will create value throughout Lime CRM as a product, not only in one place. But what is very important for us at Lime is that AI isn't about the hype. AI is not something we just put out there to have AI on our product. It's about solving real problems for real customers and users, creating real value. So when we look into AI for Lime CRM, we see that there are basically 4 different ways in how we can create value. So those 4 different categories, they are, first of all, efficiency, where we see that AI can make our users' work quicker to do, removing tedious tasks and repetitive tasks that AI can do better than humans can. Things like categorizing a ticket, for example, or automatically creating and logging a history note. The second is mastery, where we see that AI can be a really great coach in different parts of the product. For example, if you're a sales rep, an AI coach can guide you into what you should be doing in different steps in the sales process. Third, ease of use. With the help of AI, we can make our products easier to use and more accessible for our users. For example, easily create a filter set, just writing what you want to see instead of having to do that manually. And the fourth is insights. With all the valuable data that we have in Lime CRM, AI can bring that up to the surface in a really good way, making our users to take better decisions and inform them in really great ways. So AI is not one thing in Lime CRM. We see that it covers a lot of different parts. But what we're going to talk about today, our AI agents, which you are going to talk about, they are focused on the efficiency part of creating value through AI. So that's about how we see it.
Well, that all sounds amazing. Well, almost, could it be like too good? Are there any things we have to take into consideration here?
No. There's nothing we need to take into consideration. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, there are a lot of things that we need to take into consideration. AI is moving at speed of sound, basically. New things happening on a weekly basis. And it's very important that we stay up to date and keep our users' and customers' integrity in mind when we develop our AI platform. And trust is one of our core values when we develop Lime CRM. And yeah, that is super important for us moving forward, especially when it comes to AI. And we see it basically in that we need to think about 4 different guiding principles moving on. The first one is privacy. We handle data responsibly, so users stay in full control of their information. The second one is accuracy. AI-generated suggestions must be reliable, and based on verified data, free from misinformation. Compliance, of course, that everything we do follow legal, regulatory, and ethical standards. And last but not least, security, that our AI system and platform, it's built with safeguards, so we prevent misuse or data breaches. So at the end of the day, AI should never replace trust, it should strengthen it, and that's the mindset we take as we develop these new capabilities in Lime CRM.
Thank you, Magnus. It sounds like we have a clear vision of how to work with the AI solutions. Moving over to you, Johan. How will this be part of our product offering?
Yeah, so what we have done is that we have built a solid AI platform that allows us to use state-of-the-art AI models in various places in Lime CRM. And going forward, we will deliver two types of AI features, those that assist the users in the app with their everyday tasks. And secondly, those that allow you to utilize AI in your custom workflows as a user. And we are now launching the so-called AI agents, a feature that is part of the customized workflows.
Thank you for explaining. So we have the platform, and in the platform we have two parts. We have the core and we have the customized. And in the customized, we're now launching the AI agents, right?
That's true.
So the big question, what are the AI agents?
I think the best way to explain what they are is by showing what they can do in a real use case in Lime CRM. So let's dive into Lime CRM directly and have a look.
Great.
Before we jump into Lime CRM, I want to present to you Java Journeys, the fictive company we will follow throughout this demo. Their main business is to sell, lease, and service coffee machines and related equipment. They also offer coffee bean subscriptions to cafes and restaurants and offices. And they are active within Europe, primarily in Nordic countries and Benelux. In this first example, we will dig into their leads process, where they currently have a few pains that we will try to solve. First of all, they get a lot of leads every week, and that is, of course, something good. But it takes a lot of time for the sales team to find the signal in the noise due to general low quality. And because of that, hot leads typically cool down before they get time to contact them. In Lime CRM, their sales team keeps an eye on all incoming leads and then decides which of them to get in touch with. So they want to avoid spending too much time on leads that are considered cold or even pure spam, but still want to keep it easy for anyone to contact them. And they have a start page with some info tiles to make it easier for everyone to know what needs to be done. One way for them to collect leads is through their contact form on the website. And here anyone can get in touch with them easily with any kind of inquiry. Let's take an example with a Norwegian guy writing a message here. He seems pretty interesting, right? And almost ready to buy. Let's submit it and then head back to Lime. And we can see that the submission has ended up in the list of new leads and is ready to be delegated to a sales rep that can start a qualifying process and create a deal if they feel that it's a good one. But I really feel that we can simplify this process a lot for Java Journeys and believe that an AI agent is in the right place here. My idea is to create a lead qualifier and instruct it to do a few things. First, it should match the lead to the ideal customer profile of Java Journeys and qualify it as either hot, medium, cold, or mark it as spam. It should then try to identify the origin of the lead and delegate it to the correct office. Find what product the lead might be interested in. And finally, create an additional to-do if the lead was qualified as hot. Let's see how it goes. I have now put the AI agent in place. We jump back to the web form and submit the same contact request again. And back in Lime, some magic has happened. The lead has now become automatically qualified. And as promised, it's not just the status that has changed. The AI agent has also figured out that the Oslo office is the best to take care of the lead as he writes from Trondheim. It has qualified the lead as hot in accordance with the ideal customer profile that I talked about and set the product interest to be about coffee machines. And the provided reason seems quite legit as well. And as promised, since it was a hot lead, it has created a follow-up to-do for the sales rep to make it even easier to take action quickly here. Let's take another example. A Swedish guy named Mikael, who is not representing a company this time. We submit it and go back to Lime. And this time, the lead, Mikael, has been qualified as a cold lead with the motivation that he's both a private individual and doesn't really show any specific buying signal. And to really showcase the AI agent's ability to follow instructions, we try with the third case, a quite sketchy one that has nothing to do with Java Journey's business. Back in Lime CRM, the AI agent has marked it as clear spam, and it doesn't have to take the sales team's focus. So when we have verified that the agent is accurate enough, the next step would be to throw the spam lead away directly. But we don't only want to make the sales reps' lives easier. Java Journey's customer service department has also expressed a few pains in their ticket handling process. First of all, it simply takes a lot of time for them to manually triage new tickets. They also have customers throughout large parts of Europe, but their support team is mostly English and Swedish speaking. And the priority of the tickets often tends to be about which customer screams the most and not about the urgency of the ticket itself. And finally, their customers often report the same issue several times, which leads to confusion in the team and in the communication with the customer. Java journeys receive new tickets through phone calls, emails, and chat, but for demo purposes now, we will use a similar web form as in the lead example, but for creating support tickets instead. Here's a tricky one. Neither I or no one in their support team speaks Dutch, so we'll see how to tackle this issue. Now we head back to Lime CRM and see if we have gotten a new ticket. As the customer didn't have to provide any subject in the form, all incoming tickets from forms have a generic subject, making it a bit difficult to see which one is which and the list of new tickets. But here it is, and as you can see, the support member now has a quite tough job finding out what the ticket is about, to categorize it, and to prioritize it according to the guidelines they have at Java Journeys. So how could an AI agent smoothen the customer service workflow? First, I would like it to write a good subject and description of the actual issue. Secondly, categorizing the ticket into one of Java Journey's type and corresponding categories. Then set the ticket's priority based on the guidelines we just saw. And finally, look for duplicates among other open tickets from the same customer. So in the same way as before, I activate the AI agent and we take a look at what difference it makes. We submit the Dutch ticket again and head over to Lime. And with our beloved AI agent in place, we see directly that we have a much better starting point. We have both a subject and a description that tells a non-Dutch speaking person what the ticket is about. It has been categorized so that we can delegate it to the right team. And the priority is set to low as it seems like it's only about scratches and stuff. But no duplicate was found in this case. That was great. Now, another example where a Norwegian woman is kind enough to write in English about a critical coffee bean delivery that is missing. We refresh our list of incoming tickets and see that this ticket also has been handled by the AI agent. Its critical nature has led to a high priority ticket, and it is categorized as coffee beans and subscriptions and delivery delayed. Spot on. Now a third and final example where we let another person from the same Dutch company as before again report the issue with the scratched espresso machine. And now, when looking at the new ticket that has shown up in the list, we can see that it has a connected duplicate. It seems to be the ticket we reported earlier. With that said, we have seen two great cases of AI-powered workflows in Lime CRM. Now, back to the studio.
Thank you so much for that, Johan, for that good demo. Okay, so the question why did we start with the AI agents?
Yeah, as Magnus mentioned before, our analysis is that the highest potential value for AI in Lime CRM right now is saving time, so efficiency for our users and customers. And many of our customers have very well-defined workflows and processes, and those are also quite niched, the processes, in many Lime CRM applications. And they typically contain many steps, manual steps that are done over and over again. So we also know the importance of being able to configure the workflows, and in this case the AI agents, according to the specific solutions out there. And therefore, we have made the agents first easy to set up, that's important, but also ready to apply to any customer process.
Thank you, Johan. I know for sure that we have a lot of curious listeners out there today. And now we have seen what they can do. Could you take us behind the scenes and show us how they actually work?
Yeah, so how do they actually work? Yeah, I think it's best to have a look in Lime CRM again. Yeah.
First, some quick explaining schematics, as it might become somewhat technical now for a couple of minutes. We have chosen to combine the power of automations in Lime CRM with the new AI agents. In the cases we just saw, it is an automation that pulls the trigger and calls the agent. With defined input data and clear instructions, the agent then delivers an output back to the automation. It is then the automation that is taking action. Let's say that we, for example, want to set up an agent that can take a ticket like this one with a lot of things that has happened on it, and on a given signal, when the ticket is closed, provide a summary of how the ticket was actually solved. To achieve this, we jump over to the Lime CRM admin interface and create a new agent. We call it our ticket solution Summarizer. Then we pick one of the available AI models and write some instructions on what it should help us with. AI agents always act in the context of a certain Lime type. In our case, it is a support ticket. We must also tell it where to get the subject and description from. And also do some other boring but necessary settings to say what history and what email conversation it should read. Let's not look at that now. Instead, now when we have given it instructions and input data, it is time to define the output. We want it to be a solution summary that is of type text. Then save it. A pretty neat feature here is that we now can test our agent directly from this page. So let's add our example ticket and see what we get for response. The AI agent has spoken and we can verify what it has served us with, and if we want to do some adjustments. We simply run the test again. And now we get a more concise summary of the ticket's actual solution. Let's save it, and we are now done with the agent part. And to use this agent in our customer service workflow, we need to create an automation. Since AI agents, despite their fast thinking, can take some time to respond, we must build this as a background automation, meaning that it will happen slightly after the trigger event. And the trigger event in this case is when a ticket is updated and set to closed. What should then happen when a ticket is closed? As we said before, we want to first run the AI agent. And finally, update the ticket with the solution summary that the agent provides us with. Saving it, and we are now ready to see it in action. Our example ticket with the espresso machine that had a struggling boiler and problems with the temperature stability has a few history notes saying that it has been solved and how. If I now close the ticket and reload it in full view, we can see that the AI agent has given its verdict and we have a summarized solution. And that's it, a crash course in AI agents. Back to the studio again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Johan. And I think a lot of the viewers today are eager to try this out and to get all those benefits that we've been talking about today. So over to you again, Magnus. What is the next step?
Well, the next step here, and the really great news, is that our AI agents is released and launched for all of our cloud users, ready to explore and start getting them into the use and into the customer-specific workflows that you guys are having. For on-premise customers, those that have their own server, need to wait a little bit longer. And to make this even better, we have a really incredible offer during a campaign period now until the end of March, so until Q1 is done. First of all, the AI agents, they are free to use. We include a volume that is quite high, so for everyday use, that is free of charge. If you go above that, we will contact you and see, so there won't be any hidden surprises here when it comes to cost. And secondly, to get going with AI agents, we have a discounted rate for our expert service from our expert service organization. So getting help from consultants, getting up to speed, getting worked with the AI agents is also quite cheap to get started. So what I want you guys to do is to press the link that you'll see in the webinar to get in contact with us, and we'll take the conversation from there. Look where we, with our AI agents, can do the biggest, have the biggest impact, create the biggest value. So that's how we're going to take this further from this point on.
Sounds great. Thank you. So, all right, I think that wraps up this webinar. And thank you so much for listening in today. Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Magnus.
Thank you.
And I think and hope that you got a good feeling of what we're launching there today and how it can power your workflows. And like Magnus said, in a few seconds there will appear a link which you can press, and please get in contact with us. We will stay in the chat for as long as possible, right? To answer all the questions you have. So please put the questions in the chat. And thank you so much for your time today, and have a fantastic day.